Joe Biden's horror show on the border just got a little more grisly. On Monday, more than 50 illegal migrants were found dead in a sweltering tractor trailer abandoned near San Antonio. They were practically baked alive in the oppressive Texas heat. Smugglers tried to cover up the rotting smell of the dead by sprinkling them with steak seasoning. And then they just ran away, abandoning the few people who were still left alive. There were children in that truck. There were families in that truck. They were smuggled by coyotes due to Joe Biden's broken border. Governor Greg Abbott lays the blame at the feet of our president, tweeting, "These deaths are on Biden. They are a result of his deadly open border policies. They show the deadly consequences of his refusal to enforce the law." But Joe Biden says it's not his fault, saying this: "Exploiting vulnerable individuals for profit is shameful, as is political grandstanding around tragedy. And my administration will continue to do everything possible to stop human smugglers and traffickers." Joe Biden's doing everything possible to stop smugglers, kind of like he's doing everything possible to lower gas prices, which is nothing. Joining me now is Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Has the White House called you? Have you heard from them about this mass casualty event?
Absolutely not. But I did see the statement that was put out by Biden, and the thing that struck me is exactly what you said, and I want to elaborate on it. He said that he is doing everything possible to stop human smuggling. That's a lie. He has stopped doing everything that had been done to address human smuggling. He has defunded and inadequately funded Border Patrol. He's dismantled ICE. He has eliminated all of the border security efforts that were put in place by President Trump. It was just a year and a half ago when we had the most secure border in decades, and today we have a worse human smuggling problem than ever before. These people who lost their lives, they did so because President Biden has empowered and emboldened the cartels to do exactly what you saw happen. It's a tragedy, and it's not going to stop until Biden begins to enforce the laws passed by Congress in the United States of America.
The cartels are getting richer than they ever have before, Governor. Have you heard what the White House plan is to take out the cartels? Do they have a plan to go on offense against the cartels and the coyotes?
Jesse, the only thing that we've seen is exactly what President Biden campaigned on when he ran for president. He was quizzed during the debates if he supported open borders, and he said yes. And all he's done since he's been president is employ open border policies. That means basically ceding the border to the cartels to engage in activity just like this. These are not the only people who have died coming across the border. This is just the most recent example. This happens all the time, and you're going to see the numbers skyrocket in the hot South Texas summer that's setting in right now. It's a tragedy what President Biden is doing. He has knowingly allowed this to happen, as well as what's happening with regard to the infiltration of enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in the United States of America.
All right, well, hopefully this president can be publicly shamed into doing something more than he's already doing. We have our fingers crossed, but we're not expecting that to happen. Governor Abbott, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jesse.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.